Hello, Pep. What would you say to people who think that you come here when Real Madrid are vulnerable?
It's his opinion. I'm not agree, but it's his opinion.
Okay, Ben? Thank you.
Pep, a lot of the talk today and here in Madrid has been about Xabi Alonso and his position. Do you have sympathy with your opposite number in this match? It's obviously a huge game. You know what it takes to manage these kind of clubs in this particular competition. Do you have sympathy with the questioning he's facing ahead of what is a huge game for the club?
Of course I have sympathy because we were together 1 year and a half, 2 years. It was an incredible experience being with him, not just as a manager, so we share many things, families as well. So Barcelona and Madrid are the toughest opponents, the toughest clubs, I would say, to be a manager. The more difficult ones for the pressure, for environment. So last season, I've done last season, I would have been sacked 6 months before end of the season. So it's a difficult place, but he knows it. He has been here. He knows the reality. It's a question of, winning games. I know they have a lot of absence. I know what happened when you want to build something. Like many players are injured. It happened ourselves last season. So, but of course he's capable to do it. Would require that position, being manager for Madrid.
Just speaking about the culture difference here compared to England, what is the biggest thing you've found in England that maybe makes it easier? I don't know if easier is the right word to manage in England.
No, in everywhere today you have to win, otherwise you have a problem. But in England you don't see one journalist. What happens inside in the locker rooms always remain there. In Spain, my experience in Barcelona, Madrid, everybody knows everything.
Hi, Pep. On that, in the locker room, a lot of what's happening at Real Madrid seems to be that the players maybe aren't convinced about Tchabi. You're obviously seen in the Premier League.
I'm not there. I'm not here.
No, but just in terms of like how players have changed in your time in the job, it seems that players have more power now. They have more of a voice. Have you changed how you've had to manage players in your 18 years in management?
It depends of the power. The power of the players depends of the power the hierarchy want to give the power. If the hierarchy want to give the power to the manager will have the power. If you want to give to the players will have the power.
Hi, Pep. In the past, you've described Real Madrid as the kings of the Champions League. If a team can come here and perform well and possibly win, is that quite a good benchmark of a team that is capable of winning this competition?
But we were in a group stage. It's different if you play last 14 or last semi-finals. It's completely different, of course. A part of last season, like we arrived to play against them, like with all the problems that season and many absence. All the ties have been all the games, knockout, have been tight. Have been good games. But yeah, at the same time, we have important players that we have right now. It's the first time here in Bernabeu. We are a little bit of transition. We have, I would say, the biggest players that we have. They make an incredible legacy for 1 decade. Kevin De Bruyne, Gundos, Kyle Walkers, and John Stones, and Brody in that case, and many players. You know, they are not here. Many players are new. You have to experience that, you know, because sooner or later you want to make a step in Europe. In other stages, you have to live these experiences to next time be able that I've done it, I can do it again and compete against good teams. So, and always is a good place to come to prove yourself, how you are as a team.
Sure.
Hi, Pep. Hola. When fixtures come out, fans may look at United or Liverpool as the biggest game. But for yourself personally, when the fixtures come out, do you look at Real Madrid as your biggest game with the history that you've had?
No, in Barcelona, absolutely. Madrid is, I'm a young boy, born in Catalonia, so Barcelona fan, was a ball boy, I was a player after manager, so of course Madrid is in a special part of my life as a football player and manager, and I'm talking in a good way. So I learn a lot in a good moments, bad moments, win, lose, it's part of the sport, but always have been part of my growth as a football player manager.
Hi, but there's no John Stones on the travelling list. What's his injury and how serious is it?
Leg.
He's likely to be out for.
I don't know yet.
We'll take some questions in Spanish, please. Keep quiet hands. Just on the front here. Thank you.
Pep, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido.
Hi Pep, welcome to Spain. Ruben Cañizares for ABC. You've answered very interesting things to our English colleagues when they've asked you about Xabi Alonso. There's a sentence that I've liked very much. You say that if the, for example, if the hierarchy give the power to the coaches, they will give it to the coach, or to the players, they will give it to the players. So according to your experience, you've known the Real Madrid for many years. Who do you think that that has the power in this club? This is a question that you know better than me. I'm not here. Okay, so I think that you have to ask yourself this question. Thank you. Hello, Pep. Good evening, Anton Meana for Cadena Ser. I would like to know if it's surprising for you that Xabi Alonso, well, then his position can be at stake after what you've analysed from your Real Madrid for this game. You're asking me about the future of Xabi Alonso. I only wish him the best because, well, I really love him. I really appreciate him. But it's an answer that I don't know about. This is what I've told to your colleague from ABC. You know the reality. I don't know it. I'm very far away. You know it better than me. I don't. Hello, Pep. Welcome again. Marcelo Balde from Dosis Futbolera. I would like to ask you, why do you think that right now the Premier League teams are much better than Spanish teams, at least according to what we've seen at this edition of Champions League? Well, last Champions League champion was Paris Saint-Germain, coached by Luis Enrique, and he was not one of the top 8. This is a very long championship. November, December, you just have to qualify among the top 8, but you have to really give you 100% at the playoffs. So we left the competition last year when we deserved it, really. Now it is the time. The Premier League is very tough. It is very, very tough and very harsh. Yeah. Yeah, that absolutely. Hello, Pep. Adrian Foot for El Desmarque. I would like to ask you about your experience, about what message, friendship message, that you would send to Xabi Alonso, that you can send to him, because maybe he feels a little bit lonely. He should pee with his own, and he won't pee perfume, so he'll do a good job. Well, you like that headline, right? Oh, you have my sentence. Hi, Pep. Nicole Menendez for Televisión Española. I would like to ask you about Xabi Alonso. He said this morning that he really admires the way you coach the teams. If you see something in Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid that you consider that is similar to your teams, thank you. Well, his teams are impressive. My teams can't be compared to anyone. Do you like this one too? Oh, come on, every team is different. Xabi knows perfectly what he has to do. Every reality is different. The club is different. The players are different. And we are just adapting to the players that we have, to the way they are, to the way they play. 4 days ago, not 4 months ago, 4 days ago, they were leading here. They were the first team in Spanish La Liga. For example, Scariolo said that we want to compare the Spanish league with the NBA. They have 80 games there. There are many defeats there. It's a process. Let's see how this ends. So here in Europe, in Spain, I mean, I think that Sergio Scariolo was perfectly right when he was speaking about the Spanish basketball league. You move from being the best one to be the worst. I think that coaches, players, well, we want just the team to grow. I've always thought that the teams that win are the ones that are growing throughout the season, the one that grows step after step throughout the season. And during that process, there's a roller coaster. You're going up and down. It's impossible to be at your top level. There are injuries. There are people that are out. Things happen. since I started coaching in Barcelona, I only want the team to grow in October. They should be better than in September, in November better than in October. And then, in the end, we'll see what happens. And the decisions that have to be made will be made, period. Hello, Pep. Good evening. Hey, fell El Risco for El Mundo Deportes in Colombia. I would like to ask you about the game that you're going to play at this stadium. Maybe Santiago Bernabeu is one of the stadiums that you have come to the most as a rival. Of course, you've never been a coach here. But what's the special thing about the stadium? Have you lived this? How do you think that you're going to live it tomorrow? What's the special flavor that this stadium has? Well, I think that great stadiums in Europe are always great stadiums. I would say you can go to Camp Nou. It's very special. You can go to Anfield. You can go to Old Trafford. Every big team has big stadiums. They all have this mysticism, that special thing. And of course, in this competition, Real Madrid has won it several times, so they know it perfectly. I think that every big stadium in important games, either when you win the national Champions League or whatever. Hi, Pep. Sergio Levinsky from Diario Jornada from Argentina. Hello. I'd like to ask you, you've been asked about Bernabeu, but beyond the fact that you said that you're very far away to know what's going on with Xabi Alonso, have you ever gone through a situation of playing a game in such a situation with a team that has the possibility of the coach being dismissed? I mean, do you analyze it the same way as any other game? Is it different? I can only say that I haven't talked to Florentino Perez, and he hasn't told me that tomorrow is going to be the last game of Xabi Alonso if he loses the game. So I can't answer that question. I'm sorry. This is an hypothesis. What would happen if, this happens to all of us. If you don't win in great games, you have more difficulties. But I understand that Xabi knows perfectly what he has to do. He knows what this invention is about. And I know what rival we're going to find tomorrow. After the game against Sunderland, I've watched what we've done well. What we haven't done so well. And I really want to have the attitude that we need to win Real Madrid. It's to be better, it's not enough. You have to be much better. Just better won't make it, and much better entails many things. Not only I'm going to play with 3, 4, 7 with wingers. What kind of pressure, you name it. Many things play a role, and we know that we missed an opportunity, the last one at home against Leverkusen, but you never know where you can take the points from. The points that you need to move to the next round. And of course, we want to keep on growing. And if we are able to qualify, maybe in February or March, we want to be at our maximum level to compete against the best teams. And in Real Madrid is there. In quarterfinal or semi-finals, we'll meet again. Everything this happens every season, so we'll do it. Thank you.